What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday night. I hope your week has been fantastic and looking forward to having a great weekend as well. I'm back out in downtown Denver getting a little nighttime walk in from a hotel room, but we're going to talk a lot of football on this edition. And let's start with some college football here really quick. Got 6 games here I want to touch on for some predictions. Got a Big Ten matchup, USC going halfway across the country to Indiana to play Purdue. I'm going with USC and Lincoln Riley to go on the road. And last year, when you look at these Big Ten matchups, anytime a team from the West Coast had to go east or east to west, they struggled, right? But I'm going with USC. I think they pull this game out on the road against Purdue. Duke going on the road down in New Orleans to play Tulane, right? I'm going with Tulane here in a mild upset, right? Tulane is in contention to get that group of 5 at large spot with South Florida. Right now, I think they're the 2 schools that are the leading candidates to get that group of 5 spot. And look, Tulane has already beat a group of 4 powerhouse, right? Well, I can't necessarily call them a powerhouse. That's Northwestern, right? But they beat Northwestern from the Big Ten. So they got another opportunity to beat a team from the Power 4 in Duke. And I think Tulane pulls this game out. The transfer quarterback from BYU has been solid. Even though Tulane struggled on the road against South Alabama this past week, I like Tulane to pull this one out. Colorado, of course, are rocking their gear right now. Deion Sanders going on the road to Houston, right? This Houston team is going to be dangerous this year, right? I think they're going to put up a lot of points. Conor Wegman was a 5-star recruit, right? You know, initially went to Texas A&M, didn't quite work out, transferred to Houston, and Houston's got a really good coach in Willie Fritz, right? I'm picking Houston, even though I'm pulling for Deion. I got to rep. I'm here in Denver, so I got to rep the Colorado gear and pull for Deion. But I just think Houston's going to be too strong for him on the road in that ball game. All right, let's go to the SEC here really quick. Arkansas on the road against Ole Miss. I'm going with Ole Miss, right? Austin Simmons, the quarterback, had a shaky start last week, but he settled down and played well the rest of the game, and they were able to get that win over Kentucky. So really solid performance by Simmons, and so expect him to have a much better outing here at home. Iowa hosting UMass. Now, Iowa, tough loss, man. They almost upset Iowa State on the road this past weekend. Gronkowski, the starting quarterback there at Iowa. I like for them to rebound and pull out that win on this weekend. So I look for Iowa to get that victory. All right. Speaking of University of Colorado, they got a big win in soccer tonight. The women's soccer team 2-0 over the University of Denver. So shout out to the University of Colorado. Like I said, got to rep them here while I'm in Denver here. All right, let's move over to the NFL. We got a lot of good games. A Super Bowl rematch, right? Eagles going on the road against the Chiefs. All right, I just can't see the Chiefs going 0-2. I know they got some injuries on the perimeter. Xavier Worthy may not play. They still don't have Rashee Rice. But I just think somehow, some way, the Chiefs find a way to pull this game out. I know they got whipped by the Eagles in the Super Bowl, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs to pull this one out. The Seahawks at the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers at home. Look, Aaron Rodgers, about 89 years old, but he had a heck of a game on the road against the Jets this past weekend. So I'm going to go with the Steelers to pull out this game. The Seahawks let that game get away this past weekend. I don't think they're going to be able to win on the road against the Steelers in this matchup this weekend. So that will be an interesting game to watch. You got the Broncos on the road against the Colts. I'm picking the Colts in the upset, right? The Colts was extremely impressive this past week. Daniel Jones, probably the best I've ever seen him play in the NFL, right? Jonathan Taylor, he's got some good weapons on the perimeter as well. Tyler Warren, a good tight end as well. This Colts defense got a lot of talent as well. So I'm going to go with the Colts in the upset over the Denver Broncos on this weekend. All right, everyone, that wraps up this edition. Y'all have an amazing night. Once again, have an amazing weekend. Be blessed. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about. I want to hear from you. All right, y'all have a good one, everyone.